I think there's a lot of different answers to that question, but the most important answer I can think of to that question is that there's just not enough time in the day. I know that it's common in Vietnamese schools for us to have nap, and generally what happens in a Vietnamese public school is children will go home at 11 o'clock and then they will come back at 1 o'clock. I think that that would be okay, but you have to remember that that would mean that our school would have to go on for an extra hour and a half each day, so we probably wouldn't be able to let out until 5 o'clock at night. And then nobody would get home until after 6. So it's really difficult for us to have a nap time for all students. You also have to remember that we're trying to do both a Vietnamese curriculum and an American curriculum. And in order to do both in a short amount of time, we need to compact the different subjects. And we can't possibly have a nap time, because that would just take too much time from our educational time during the day. Some of you may know, and you might ask me why kindergarten has nap, and it's because at their young age, it still makes a lot of sense, according to educational theory, for them to have a nap. It's very common around the world for kindergarten to have nap, and for pre-kindergarten to have nap at the ages of 4 and 5 years old. But actually in America, once you leave kindergarten, you will not find nap in any of our school systems. And that's because after you are 5 years old, you really don't need naps anymore. Students asked me this question before, and honestly it's about student safety. We're in a very large building, and we need to know where you are at all times. So if you go outside, it's not that I don't trust you, it's that I want to know that you have permission from your teacher. And also it's so that the security guards, when they see your hall pass, they know that you have permission from your teacher to be outside of class during class time. We have, at our school this year, actually had a few incidents of children and students, older students too, going into the bathrooms and just going in there and hanging out for a really long period of time and being late to class. And so we're trying to keep track of that. And also there are places in the building that you're not allowed to be. And so the hall pass is one way of limiting that.
A lot of new students come to AIS Nha Be campus, and they worry about their making friends. So can you teach a few simple tricks to make a friend?
So we have at AIS a transition group. So I always work with students when they first come to AIS. And some of the things that we talk about are how to get to know people right away, and making sure that things are okay in the beginning. And sometimes people are really happy and then it gets harder later. So one thing I always suggest is right in the first week, make sure you smile at people, be friendly, be kind, introduce yourself, get to know a lot of people. You don't have to be best friends right away, but if you know people, then you can start to choose some friends and people can get to know you. And always let people know if things are hard.
What would you do if there are bullies in the school?
Bullying is a problem in every school. The first thing to do is to make sure that everybody understands bullying and being a bystander and what people can do to solve problems like bullying and people being unkind. So the first thing that I do is make sure everybody knows what that is and how to solve those problems, like talking to someone or helping somebody to get out of a bad situation. And then if there still seems to be a big problem, usually Mr. Tim gets involved, and then I work with the students after on how to find some better ways to be in friendships.
So cool. Let's go back.
Zoom lại chút xíu.